Okay, I am back and hopefully you can hear me better this time. Hey, yay! But now I'm not sure if my camera's still working. So I don't know what's going on. It's a beautiful day outside and it's not windy or raining or stormy, so I don't know. But for me, sometimes my camera freezes, so I don't know what's happening there. Carla, are you back with Taryn and I? And I don't know who the other viewers were. They didn't do a post to say that they were on, so um, hopefully they'll see that we've gone live and jump back on. Or maybe Carla's not with us and I do have another quiet viewer back online. Taryn, do you want to message Carla for me if you don't mind? Yeah, I don't understand. Nothing's different from my side. Day out and exactly the same. Just I didn't want to play today. A few gremlins in the system. Thank you, Taryn. Is the music too loud as well? Let me know that. I don't think I normally have any interference or feedback, but let me know. Cool, thank you. Sounds good now. How bizarre. Little gremlin got it. May the reason have done the trick, so that's good. It is just you and I online at the moment, Taryn. Um, and you know how my week has been, so before we start chatting about that, let me know about your week, and we'll see who else might join us as well. When do you guys break for school holidays for Christmas? So Luke's finished school now. He doesn't go back until about the 25th or so of January. So he's on about 8 weeks leave now. Oh, breaking up. That's because of my mirror, my magnifying glass, but I always have that, so I don't think that would affect my microphone. Um, yeah, and certainly the sound thing said everything was working. Hello, Carla. Thank you for coming back online with us. Sorry about the bad sound. Taryn's indicated it still breaks up occasionally, but hopefully it's okay. I mean, I don't obviously hear it on my side. Everything sounds in my mouth. So if it's too much and too distracting and too hard to understand, then whilst that sucks, I don't know how to fix it. So if we need to give today a miss, but I don't know how to troubleshoot ready for next week either. So yeah. The computer, when I did restart, asked if I wanted to do an upgrade from Windows 10 to Windows 11, and I said no, because the last thing I wanted was to delay coming back online, not knowing how Windows 11 works. So I'm sure the system will an update, but trying to do one yet. Oh no. Oh, poor Gabe, Taryn. goodness, that would have been a shock. Oh wow, and so your Wednesday night is my Tuesday morning. No, your Wednesday night is my Thursday morning. Oh, Taryn, I'm really sorry. Hopefully they can work out what's going on with Gabe there, and you can get some answers for his pain. Carla, we're going to get into my week. It was a crap week. And whilst I am sure that I'm going to hijack most of the conversation, I do want to see, whilst Taryn's Wednesday and I guess later in the week wasn't so good either, I want to hear about your week, Carla. So yeah, please let me know, and then I will fill you in on my week. Because I might turn into an emotional mess, but I'm hoping that I've cried my tears away and won't cry again for a bit. Okay, identified. Oh, okay. So is that now a medication thing that he needs to have to sort of break up that, to break up the calcified lymph nodes? What's the next step for him? Or because being that he's good now, we don't have to worry about it. It seems that if you had something like that diagnosed, that you must have to do something with it a little bit more. Ah, of course, right? Just when you want to get answers, you can't. Well, hopefully the doctor will help you next week and make a bit of a plan for Gabe. I am glad that he is doing better now, though. That's good. At least he's not sort of suffering in any sort of chest pains over that course of waiting for the doctor to be available. Of course it does. Yeah, right. Murphy's Law. And Carla, thank you for posting what your week was like. Taking care of your mum. Oh, good. I was going to ask about everyone's Thanksgiving, so thank you for sharing. Yours was good. Oh, goodness. Well, I'm glad that things are a lot better this time than what it was this time last year. So I'm glad that you had a nice, a good week and a nice Thanksgiving. And Taryn didn't get home with Gabe until 3:30 Thursday morning. Goodness. Yeah, you would have been wrecked. No doubt at all. So my week, full disclosure, Carla, Taryn does know a little about this because I wasn't sure if I was going to go online. So my husband, as you may know, works home a week and then away a week and home a week and then away a week. And this week he was in Western Australia and we live in Eastern Australia in Brisbane. So he was away for the week, but he called me on Tuesday night with some not so pleasant news, which was that his brother that had lived with us up until recently, but from 2015 to 2021, he had passed of a heart attack. So I think I went into I've got to get everything done mode and didn't allow emotions to I guess consume me to the point where I could grieve properly in the beginning. Bruce had said that he was probably unable to come home and just handle things. So so that was late Tuesday night for me. So obviously it's now Saturday morning, but Tuesday night was a lot of phone calls to family. The hospital had rung a few times about David and making sure that I could go and visit the hospital to discuss next steps. And then he was on a motorbike and was having chest pains, but pulled to the side of the road, and just before coming to a complete stop, he leant the bike over and the bike landed on him. But the way that our system works is that the police initially deem that as a motor vehicle accident. So I then had to go to the police station. They had to do drug and alcohol and all kinds of tests on David. And then, so that was all Tuesday night. So that was a whirlwind from 7 p.m. till about 11:30 p.m. And then Wednesday, I had gone into, well, I still have to do people's pays. So I got my son up and we left for my work at 6:30 Wednesday morning. So I didn't want anyone to be affected that I work with. So I got to work at about 7:30, and everyone I was a mess. Like I did have red bulgy eyes, and they knew that something was wrong, and I had told them what was going on, and they had said, well, what the hell are you doing here? Get lost. We'll take care of things, which was wonderful. But of course, it was at that time that I had my biggest meltdown and realized what had happened. So after about an hour at work of trying to compose myself, and because I needed to get behind the wheel to go into the hospital, I then so I had my son with me. I didn't want him to be home alone. So we went into the hospital and had to do a number of forms with them, and I had to go to the police station and fill out some forms with them. And suffice to say, Wednesday, throughout that day, thank goodness, my husband called and said, I'm at the airport, I'm coming home, I'll get home at 9 o'clock or something. So thankfully Wednesday night he'd gotten home, but that Wednesday doing all that running around was just crazy. There are 4 other siblings to David. Obviously Bruce is one of them, but Wednesday I did Luke, my son, and myself, we did on our own. The family were not emotionally able to assist. So that was Wednesday. Thursday we went to David's house and met some of his friends and our family there, and I was looking for the paperwork side. What do I need to do? Does he have a will? Like, I was just, again, I can't help me being me, but I need information of what David's wishes may have been, and of course we didn't find anything. He was someone that just lived simply on his own, no kids, no partner. So I was pre-programmed to look for anything that would help in making any plans. We found some photos that we thought would be nice, and I grabbed some clothes that I brought home and washed. So there is a lot, obviously, we need to do at David's house to clean it all out and make it available for the real estate to release. And then yesterday, thankfully, I had some of Bruce and some of his family join us at the funeral parlour as well. So we've put together his celebration of life and what we want to do there for a funeral for next Friday. And he was a member of a Christian motorbike club, so they will be heavily involved. In fact, they are making inquiries to have a Harley hearse. So I think if they can pull that off, that would be pretty special. And then there's apparently going to be about 120 motorbike guys there, so that could get very loud. But it was like I said, it was a Christian motorbike club, and that club meant the world to David. So I think that would be befitting for them to send him off with very loud rumble of Harleys. So, but it was an emotional and a very emotional time, and thankfully I woke up this morning with no longer having the weight of the world on my shoulders. I'm sure it will come again, but I really just wanted to make sure I could make a plan for what we were going to do with David that would be really special. So thank you for letting me get all of that off my chest. I wish I had a tissue here because I really need one, but yeah, it's just life, right? I mean, just hard. My mum died in a car crash. My dad died of a heart attack. So I didn't get to prepare for either of those. Both Bruce's parents were very unwell and in the hospital and were doing multiple trips. So we could see them deteriorating, and I think we got to prepare for that differently. But that was like a prolonged prepare for the inevitable. And then of course with David going quickly, it's hard because you have that shock and not knowing what anyone's wishes are and what do you do next. But yeah, like I say, when I woke up this morning, I came out and started diamond painting, and my whole thing in my head had just started to clear. And then I just knew that I wanted to stream today and to update you guys because, well, you're my little extended family, and it's amazing just sitting here putting a dot down can just ease that anxiety. So thank you both for your comments and your prayers. Just, yeah, pretty horrific time at the moment. And I was sort of, I think more so thankful that Bruce did come home, because there was definitely throughout Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, where it really didn't sound like he was going to come home, and I wasn't sure how I was going to do it on my own. So yeah, it was really good that he came home. Oh, thank you. Right, with all of that said, oh my goodness. Yeah, it will get better. It will get easier, I think, is what I need to say, not better. The world's not a better place because he's no longer in it. So I think we just learn how to adapt and move forward. But yeah, it will still have its bad times. I think going back to his house, and you know, I don't even know what to do with his belongings. It's hard to bring someone down to, do we toss it? Do we give it to a charity? Like, I don't want to put someone's life into a pigeonhole of it's not important. And I think that's yet what I've got to still deal with. Yeah, but I can't. I've got both of my parents' stuff in my shed. I've got my husband's parents' stuff in my shed because we couldn't bring ourselves to get rid of it. But at the end of the day, they're still sitting in boxes. We're not looking at any of it. We're not doing anything with any of it. So we'd sort of said maybe we do need to approach David's stuff differently because we can't just hang on to it forever. I mean, it's of no benefit filling up our shed, where it could perhaps be a benefit to someone else more in need. Some of the, you know, the little things, the kitchen items, the clothing, like someone could use all of that stuff. So yeah, it's hard to take the emotion out of it and move forward, but that's what's on my radar for, I guess, who knows how long for the future. We'll continue to pay for the rent on David's place until we're good and ready to finalise the clean and so forth. That said, we don't want to be paying for something that is in essence a waste of money, because we're just not going to get to it quickly. So yeah, it's a hard it's a hard thing in terms of the emotional side, the dealing with it side, the cleaning, and yeah. Anywho, I'll try to get off that topic. It is certainly consuming me, and I apologise. So, all right, shall I get into some more diamond painting? I did finish a zone just before starting, so I don't even know if my camera's going to line up because I have to move zones on my canvas. But oh, thank you both. Thank you both. Actually, I might just pop my little thing on that. I'll be right back. I might just go and get a tissue. So I'll turn my sound off as well because you don't need to hear what's going on. I'll be right back. Okay, thank you for allowing me that little time to tell you what was going on and then go compose myself again. So, deep breath, all good. I am going to switch over and do some painting, but yeah, let me know some other things that we can chat about. Good, bad, the ugly. Actually, Taryn has popped a few little things here. Taryn, your mum passed away from pancreatic cancer 2011. Yeah, it's so hard. In fact, Bruce's dad passed from pancreatic cancer as well. But every day I think of everyone that I have known that is no longer with us. And yeah, thank you. It does get easier. I mean, I miss my folks like they left yesterday. And yet my mum was 2001 and my dad was 2006. But I think what has changed for me over the years is I don't so much remember when I lost them as much as I remember all of the memories that I had with them. So I think with David, I'm going to look forward to the flip side, and when all of this is behind us, and then I can go back to remembering David for David and not remembering all of this that I'm going through because he's no longer with us. So yeah. Oh my goodness, I just made myself upset again. Thank you, Carla. Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys heaps. So yeah, I actually don't know where I would be without being able to open up to some of you guys, because I don't have another place to turn, to people to talk to. So you are my family away from family. So I'm just so thankful that we've all crossed paths via this crazy art called diamond painting. So yeah, and even then, I guess when I say we've crossed paths, we have, but not in real life. And you know, if ever I get that opportunity to travel, I will certainly be looking out for you guys. I am going to flip over onto a different camera, see what it all looks like lined up, and see if we can do a few more dots today. Oh, actually that's not too bad, is it? Beautiful. Yeah, just Life, right? Throws your curlies when you don't expect it. But yeah, like I said, it's hard seeing someone become half the person, or 1% of the person they used to be, as you see them get sicker and sicker, versus it's an immediate thing. So my lines always look so straight. Well, you're so sweet. And maybe because the camera doesn't show close enough close-ups. Because I often think I need to either use my little tool here, sometimes I use my ruler, sometimes I use my piece of plastic that I've got, my PVC. But yeah, thank you for the compliment. I'll take it. Let me see if I can just straighten it up a little bit. That does my OCD and not being straight. Isn't that just crazy? Right, what are we going to get into? There's an oodles amounts of 3 that I have to do. It's a shame that I can't actually zoom in so you can see the numbers and everything, but anywho, it's not that big of a deal, right? I did do a post on my Diamond Painting by Cindy Facebook page that says any comments that you want to add specific for today. I wasn't really sure what else to put, so an hour and a half or so, 2 hours ago, I did a post that says going live in an hour and a half, anything you want to share, comment here. So I know that you guys have shared some stuff with me, but just for my ease of going back to find it, so that we can show it on the stream, if you can just post in that latest comment in that latest post, then that would be awesome. And I will refresh my Facebook page over on my other screen and share it a little later on. And so I mentioned before as well, Luke's now on school holidays. He doesn't need to go back to school now until probably this time in January. So he's got 2 months off, and whilst he's going to love that, I'm probably not. Because what he does is he transitions into I don't know, 12 hours out of whack. So he will sleep all day and be on the computer all night. And therefore, when I get home from work or want to have dinner or do something, he's sleeping. So I don't like it. However, he has a lot of friends that he plays with online that are in the States. So he really looks forward to school holidays so that he can play with them more, because often it would be I can only play for an hour and then I've got to go to bed. And so now he'll certainly be looking for playing with them for, well, who knows how long, 8, 10, 12 hours a day, because pretty much the entire time that we are home and sleeping, he'll be playing and gaming. In fact, he showed me, just to tell you a little about it, I don't even know what the name of it is. Sensational? Satisfactory, actually. Satisfactory, I think it is. And it's a building type game, and he's built this industrial estate that, I don't know, mines ore and stuff. I guess if you've ever heard of Minecraft, it's probably similar to that but more current. And he's learning engineering at school, so all of his stuff that he's doing was all about what he'd learn at engineering. The bridge had to be at a certain height and ratio and width and everything, because otherwise it's not a true bridge. And it actually blew me away, because I just thought he would play just for the sake of playing, but he's actually playing and putting what he's learning into it, and it sort of blew my mind a little bit, because that's not what I thought he was doing when he was online playing. You know, when my husband plays games, that's often, I don't know, Nintendo, I suppose. So they're more adventure type games that he'll play. Where, yeah, my son, yeah. Anyway, he blew my mind, and he's having fun doing it, so I can't be upset at that. It's just such a different world when they're online so much, as opposed to getting out there in the daylight and doing activities in real life. Well, they're doing activities online, and that's just hard for me to really truly comprehend. But his teachers are happy. I actually reached out to the school with some concerns, because he used to say that he was introvert, and I sort of didn't really think that that was who he was. And the teachers are all emailed me back with what a delight, and he's like the number 2 I see. If the teacher can't do something, Luke will go and help some other students, and I'm going, who, what? So he's thriving. So I guess in terms of the gaming side, whilst he's thriving in class, I'll let him thrive on the computer. But I am very mindful that if one slips, the other one will be made to slip. But yeah, so he's just finished year 10, and his teachers, so he's got 2 more years of high school, probably similar to you over there, and then he'll go off to uni, and the teacher's already given him a uni entrance exam to do. He's done one before and he passed that one, but they've given him another one to do, so it could be exciting if he's sort of that good, ready to go off to uni. I don't know if they have it the same sort of thing in the States, where you don't have to pay for it straight away. So we have what's called a HELP debt. So it's so HELP being an acronym for Higher Education Learning Program. And you can go to uni without paying for it until such times as you start earning over $60,000, I think it is. And then once you start earning over whatever the threshold is, then you start to pay back your HELP debt. So yeah, we're very excited that A, he wants to go to uni, and B, that program is available for people like us that don't have money aside to go to uni. So very exciting times, but yes, he's still got to get through the next 2 years before going down that little avenue. Yeah. Do you have something like that you're aware of for the States, or you just have to pay sort of, oh, hang on a minute. Thank you, Carla. Junior college before university. Okay, so we might be a bit different. So when you finish high school here, year 12, so 13 years, so usually around 18 years old, you can choose to either go to college or go to university or get a job. So it sounds like yours is a little bit different if you do junior college before university. Yeah, I don't think we have anything like that. Yeah, he's growing up so quick. Hey, Taryn, Gabe, they just blink of an eye. It's incredible. Well, I'm so glad that he's doing well. Was able to, I'm sure he smashed out that entrance exam. He's already doing his one of his classes as a senior anyway, so he's so clever. Now, I saw you guys just did some updates on the Facebook page, so thank you for that. we might pop over and have a look at that as soon as I finish with my little blue threes. What else has been happening? So you had your Thanksgiving. Do you have Christmas breakup parties for work? Or Christmas lunches? Is it too soon? I guess with Thanksgiving, is it too soon for those events to take place? We're just starting to talk about our team Christmas lunch, but our full company Christmas party, that's the Thursday before Christmas, so that's really close. But that will be nice. That's if everyone can come together. We have businesses across Australia, so hopefully we'll be able to get some of the guys that work far away to fly in and join us, but of course everything's got a cost, right? So I don't know how that will work for those guys that have to travel. You can't wait to get done with your current project. We'll see that hopefully on Facebook for what you've posted. I didn't see what you've posted yet, but move on to your Christmas ones. Cool, excellent, Carla. And your first work dinner December 8th also, and December 7th for you, Taryn. Wonderful. Sounds like a more appropriate date, right? So I think our lunch is Friday. Oh, well, I don't need to say the day because it's not the same day for you. The 9th is our little team lunch. So we've got a team of 11 in the finance team, finance and IT team. But yeah, the big one where there's 120 odd staff, yeah, that just right before Christmas. Doesn't make sense. I think it's the 23rd of December or something. But they want to make sure that everyone's finished work, no one still has to return for any deadlines or anything, so everyone can just really enjoy it. So I understand why they want to do it. But yeah, it's hard. And we, being in the admin team, we have to still go back to the office and answer the phones and so forth. So businesses only closed public holidays, so it's a little bit tricky. Oh, I said I was going to do the Facebook thing after the blues, and I jumped straight onto my cloud whites. I'm so sorry. Let's just do this other one. Let's move over onto Facebook. Let's have a little boo peep what we've got going on over here. Just refresh the page so your posts are in. Here we go. All right, change my screen. Okay, and that's not working because you're not seeing it. Let me fix that right now. We're going to change the camera to take this image. There we go. Fixed it. So Carla's When Dreams Come True. If that's the right name. Gosh, I hope so. Yeah, so close. So that's a this weekend finish, right, Carla? You're almost there. I love the colours. That's just so beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, When Dreams Come True. So close. Won't be long now. Do you have a frame in mind? Or does it just live with the pile that's yet to be finished? Are you gifting it? Just remind me on all of those things. And we'll have a look at Taryn's turtles. Ninja Turtle. Just at the bottom going on there. Are they all in it, Taryn? I can see that we've, looks like orange up at the top left, but then it looks like red down in the, on the legs, so I don't know. Is it all 4 turtles or just 1 turtle, Taryn? Oh, we'll go back to yours, Carla, and have a look at those colours to see what colour matte we might recommend for you. Confetti hell, I love that. Oh, all 4 are in it. Okay, all right. Well, we look forward to that one coming together as we sort of watch the progress. It only looks like, though, for the moment you've used a couple of colours, but I guess you will go, if you go line for row, then yeah, you'd be going black, blue, black, blue, black, blue. But yeah, it's certainly going to look really cool there, Taryn, for your turtles. Let's pop back onto Carla's When Dreams Come True and see if we can help her out with the colour for her matte border and frame. I'm sure Taryn, he's probably watched all those Ninja Turtle animes as well. Turtles in a half shell. So back on Carla's print, gosh, I am not sure what colour. I mean, you could do any of those colours that are present realistically. I mean, I really like the light blue that's sort of almost surrounding the 2 people, but I don't know, but I think a light colour would be nice. Yeah, white, Taryn? Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I just love that print. That's really lovely. I mean, that must have been confetti held too, right? Yeah, just, I guess for me, Carla, it was just those really, I mean, I can see, obviously, on the image, each drill, because my right screen is zoomed right in. But just, yeah, those really light, really light blue ones. I don't know what the DMC code of those would be, but you know, I guess in probably 162 or something. But yeah, just really a gentle light, either white or light blue. But you don't want, yeah, I agree that you don't want to have a dark color. You might deter from the darks in the trees and the way that the pictures and, you know, the light poles and so forth. So yeah, beautiful ladies. Wish we had a few more people online that would share their prints and their comments, but whilst there's 3 viewers, I don't know who our 3rd viewer is, but that's okay. I will go back to some more painting. Oops. Oh my goodness, Cinderella. Right. Just wanted to make sure I shut that little screen down well. So what are the plans for the weekend? What holds in store? Oh, you posted your Christmas project. Damn it. Of course you did. Let me just refresh and get back over there. I'm so sorry. I initially only saw 2. Oh, yeah. And here's my Christmas project. Alright, let me share the screen again. That looks very cute. So Carla's Christmas project. A snowman wreath. And are those green ones? I always think you can see where my mouse is. That's so funny. Don't worry about moving the mouse in, they can't see it. Are those green gems in the snowflake, are they big ones or just multiple gems? I can't quite make out. It sort of looks like it could be a different shape and size print as opposed to everything being a standard gem. So let me know a little bit more on that one. But that's going to be awesome, Carla. Love it. We'll let you type merrily away with your update. It does look like crystals, doesn't it? I sort of thought maybe. But I've never seen any of those in person because I've only ever done the home craftology prints. So, and mine have only ever been squares. So I don't know what all the crystal ones look like in person, but that's sort of, I guess, they look like a bit of a teardrop shape. So that's what I thought maybe they might be a bit different. And what size is that, Carla? I mean, I'm guessing from looking at the size of the dots that are on it, it might be maybe the same size of a coaster, maybe bigger than a coaster. But it's not something you could hang on your front door, right? Or is it? I don't know. Oh, you haven't received it yet. Well, we look forward to seeing that one come to life as you put it all together. Because that's going to look amazing. Yeah, no, that's beautiful. Very good. 30 by 30, right. Okay, so that could, that's a decent size. That could be your front, depending on what's on your front door, or if you put anything on your front door, maybe you want that somewhere else, but that's a good size. We don't do a lot here for, when I say we, my family in particular, not Australians, we don't have much that we have lots in the shed. We don't pull it out of the shed, and we don't go crazy here with a lot of decorations, because the week before Christmas and often the week after Christmas, that 2-week stint, we're not even home. So my husband's thoughts are, well, if we're not here to enjoy it, then we're not going to put it up. So I've lived with that methodology for quite a pretty duration of time. So I do feel sometimes a little bit bummed that the spirit doesn't hit our house. Yeah. Anyway, I thought I would mention it because, yeah. When the kids were little and the kids used to live with us, absolutely. But since Luke, I guess, I don't know, I guess the last 4 or 5 years, we just have, I guess, a 30 centimetre tree that we'll put up. And I've got these little, I don't know, they're about 1-inch big gift boxes on a string. If you wanted to wrap them around the tree, you can. It's a decoration. So we just put that on the kitchen table, and then we put our gifts around that. But yeah, I guess I feel like we just spend so much time at our families now that they're growing up that I can understand why he doesn't want to do it, but then I feel like we sort of lose out a little bit on that Christmas spirit here at home. Actually, if I have to be honest, it's probably since his parents passed away, which probably coincides with that same timeline that I mentioned. Yeah, he just stopped. Oh, I just did get a text message from him. I'll read that in a minute. Yeah, it's a bit... I think sometimes as well, like it's you don't have to necessarily do the crazy decoration thing. Like, it's a personal choice, right? It's in your heart what Christmas means. I guess it's the same as Easter and, you know, some of the other days, you know, moving away from Jesus, I suppose. But we've got Valentine's Day, you've got Mother's Day, you've got Father's Day. There's so many I don't know what the right terminology I'm trying to look for. It's not a spend spree just to spend money on stuff. Like, do you need our Halloween for you guys? Like, I understand it, but to me it's so commercialized that sometimes the commercialization just takes away from the meaning. And I think for us, we keep it simple. We know what it means, and yeah, we don't go overboard. But, you know, each to their own. I see you guys have both posted you don't go wild and crazy either, but I just want to hope that it doesn't ever have a detrimental effect on the family by not doing it. I mean, if you're a semi-decorator, do you breed semi-decorators? I.e., is my son, when he finds a partner and has kids, is he going to be a non-decorator because mum and dad were non-decorators? You know, does that rub off? Does it matter? I don't know. I just don't want it to be an influence in any way what we choose to do over what he should choose to do. I would hope he'd make his own decision. I am mindful that for me it is now midday, which means Bruce won't be too far away. So I might finish off this little square area that I'm working on, and I might call it a day. On a side note, though, we did do some more of our edging stuff that I know that I was showing you guys. I might see if I can pull that up, actually, because we've done some more and it looks pretty cool. Oh, there's a little memory that Bruce has posted. Oh, I have to download this and share this with you guys. Save image. Oh, that's just too... Oh, actually, I can't show it from there. Oh, when was that? 2012. Okay, 10 years ago. We'll get to that. That was just so cute. Oh, we might not have any more recent photos from what we were doing. Anyway, I'll post these up. Let me catch up on these messages before I change my screens. Taryn, you taught your son the true meaning of Christmas. We put up a tree, celebrate Jesus' birthday with the exchange of gifts. Yeah, perfect. And that's what it is for us. I think, like I sort of mentioned, like we just have the small tree now. It's not the going over and above and big crazy, because that takes away from the meaning. Yeah. But I'm glad he understands. Let me jump over. This will probably be the Facebook page, but I'll change the screen. Oh no, it automatically changed the screen. So this is the black stuff that the rubber shock absorber stuff. So we are down under the window now. So we've got I think 2 more boxes to do, and we'll be at the end of that picture. So it's coming along, and I imagined that my husband will probably want to finish that to keep his mind occupied when he gets back from golf. So I just said to him, go hit a ball, take out your frustration. It's, you know, golf for him and diamond painting for me is the good, the bad, the ugly, whatever we're going through in life. He has his golf and I have my diamond painting. But we will do some more of that rubber matting. So it's recycled tires, just like they have around kids' play equipment in parks, or certainly they have it here in Australia. So it's just bouncy and they can't hurt themselves. And the one I wanted to share of Luke from 10 years ago, he'll be horrified if he knew I was doing this, but here you go, watch this. Oh, he's just such a cutie. Can I push play? Let's push play. Oh,
Hey.
I love memories. So he would have been 6 in this. I don't know what he's trying to do, but I just think it's so cute. Anyway. My little butternut. I'm so glad something like that can just make me giggle and laugh. Why do they have to grow up, right? So instead of being 6 and cute like that, he's 16 and he knows everything, and, you know, woe be anyone that steps in front of him that doesn't understand that he knows everything. I look forward to the day that he matures out of the terrible teens and then gets back to being that cute kid again that has just matured nicely. Oh, my little butternut. Yeah. I don't even remember doing that with him on that day, and I would have, because we didn't really take him out separately. But yeah, unfortunately we don't have a lot of photos, and that's one thing. Like when we're going through looking for stuff for David, it was like, goodness, let's hope nothing happens to us, because we are often the ones behind the camera taking the photos, not having photos of us. So a bit crazy. And Taryn here, wish Gabe was 6 again. Yeah, see, they do think they know everything. Why? You got a lot to learn. It's obviously just, I don't remember my 2 girls going through that. I mean, they're both in their 30s now, but I just don't remember them knowing everything. I mean, they definitely said that they knew a lot, and they didn't need parental guidance, and but not to the same extent. Luke will come and chat to me about different things. We have a very open relationship. And the girls used to come and chat too, but now it's just like, yeah, I don't know. You try to say something, I know. Did you know? Oh! Bless his cotton socks. Sharon, oh, stop it. I don't want to read that one out. I don't want anyone to hear me say those words. Anyone on repeat or replay can read those words instead. But it does get like that, right? I mean, I don't, I think for all of us, we probably think how wonderful of a child we were. But I don't remember ever being this painful for my parents. I just don't. However, maybe I knew everything too as a teenager, and I was. I mean, we lived on an island when I was 13, and so we moved out of New South Wales. We moved out of Sydney, and we moved onto an island, and I guess I got my fair taste of we still had to go to school. We had to leave home at 6 to get on the 6:15 boat to get to the mainland by 7:15, to then catch the bus to get to school by 8:30. So that was always painful. But when you get home from school, again, usually about 5:30, 5:45, you'd get home. So depending on homework, which many of us didn't do, we would ride motorbikes or horses, or just muck around on the properties until dark time, right? So I feel like that was a really fun time, but we only did that for 6 months, because we, when I say we, my brother and I, so I was 13 and he was 14, we absolutely hated the travel time. It was just the pits, because we wanted to have a social life, and sitting on a boat just wasn't that fun. It wasn't too bad if we were on the school boat, but if we were on our own personal boat, well, the last thing you wanted to do was be seen with your mum and dad on your personal boat, right? Like, that's so uncool. Anywho, it was a nice time to sort of, I don't know, do a little bit of life away from the city. I didn't get a new appreciation for wasps, flies, or what do you call wasps? Maybe you call wasps. But yeah, nah, the snakes, the spiders, wasn't my scene. Take me back to the city where it's so built up, those animals don't exist. So, but it was certainly a different time back then. But yeah, I don't ever remember being such a handful for my parents, but I might have been. But you got to love them, right? It's a phase, and hopefully they'll grow out of it. If he's not hurting anyone, then you've done something right. So our spiders, depending on what they are, so we have huntsmans, and huntsmans are bigger than my hand. So when I see a huntsman that runs across the wall, oh, which thankfully I've not seen in this house, but in the last house, I used to joke that it's time to burn the house. I don't like spiders or snakes whatsoever. They don't need to exist. I don't care how great they are for any insect ecosystem and keeping other things at bay. It's, to me, the worst thing in the world. I agree, right? See, this is what I wanted to do. Wanted to burn it. Instead, we sold it, and thankfully, like I say, you know what's different? Not different. In the previous house, we would do pest control every year, without fail, every June. This house is built without fail every June, pest control. Never seen a spider. Never. Last house, constantly. This house, I live on half acre. Other house, well, I don't know. There'd probably be 6 houses on the same half acre. So for me, I feel like, well, I'm more out in the bush, in the wild now for snakes and spiders because it's not such a built up area. But no, we would see more of them in the other house, and yeah, I hate it. I just would hate it. And we were there for 21 years, so it was just the pits, really was. Anyway, crazy as crazy is. All right, do we have any last minute thoughts before I jump away? I am mindful of the time. We've been on for just over an hour, which has been beautiful. Thank you for doing the roller coaster ride with me through my ups and downs. Yeah, crazy. Carla, you have to spray every other month. Oh, wow. Oh, poisonous ones. Yeah, see, I don't know that ours were ever poisonous as much as they were just big and hairy. Yeah, but you've got to be safe, right? So you've got to do what you've got to do. But fiddleback, I've never heard of that. I want to Google that. Fiddleback. Can I just put that on my other screen and Google it? Fiddleback. Fiddleback spider. Ooh, okay, definitely something's come up. Oh wow, they've got a big body. I can't get that out of my browse history now. Oh yeah, I've got to turn that off. I can't look at that. Oh man, they are, yes, big. Anyway, crazy. What are we going to do now? Next week, I don't think I'll be on next week. I'll probably have to skip next week because with the funeral next Friday, we've got family staying with us. So I don't think I'll be online next Saturday. However, if they all leave early, then I will be online. But I guess at this stage plan that I won't be around next week. I might try to see if I can skip a week on my schedule as well, just in case anyone ever looks at that. But thank you again for your love and support. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Carla. I may just do that. And poor Taryn already got not bamboozled, that's not the right word, bombarded with me before the stream. So thank you. I'm so glad that I have you both that I can reach out to and chat. So in fact, Messenger for us, we have been having group Messenger calls every night with the family because they are far and wide. So Well, maybe we might even do a verbal messenger call. We can have the video off if you like, but I have to be very mindful of the time change. So I'll try to consider that. But yeah, look, it would be lovely to be able to reach out to you guys. So thank you very much for your love and support. I really appreciate it. Right, I think we're going to be all said and done, and it's so tricky with a bit of a lag on any messages, so hopefully I've allowed you guys the time to post your last minute comments, but thank you both, and I will be chatting to you all when we can be online next. So thank you, take care, and you're welcome for me streaming, so thank you for joining. Take care.